Alright, so our company that we're doing is VNU.
Quiet now.
Our company that we're doing is VNU Global Media. It's actually a pretty old company. It was a merger between a Dutch publisher and a print company. And in 2006, they changed like their whole entire company name. It's kind of weird because they own a whole bunch of different companies, but to the Nielsen Company. And the Nielsen Company, as you know, like the Nielsen ratings. But then what came out of that company was VNU Global Media, which is actually just their global marketing like program company that they come up with to try to advertise to other businesses. Now, they also, their headquarters are over in the UK, but they also have like the global media branch that we are selling from is actually a branch that's based out of San Francisco. There's also a headquarters in New York. They have 38,000 employees worldwide in over 100 different countries. And they have different platforms, such as they have like a lot of websites that they own. They have a lot of digital and print publications, which the next slide will be going over. Publications and a lot of business journals also. And they also have like the Nielsen ratings, like we were saying, and they also Billboard magazine. And Hewlett Packard was founded in 1939. And it's headquartered in Palo Alto, California. And the main audience that they're trying to go for in this is more of business-to-business sales, even small business to corporate. And the buyer was originally Elizabeth Schwartz, but it's been changed. And then the main objective of this sales meeting is to actually just go over our company as a whole with them and to try to tell them where our mindset is and to set up another meeting so that we can understand what they need and we can get a proposal going for them. And that's it.
You ready?
Good afternoon, Mr. Blue. Thank you for meeting with me today. I'm Erica Allen from VNU Global. Jenny Jones from the Cupertino branch suggested that we meet today. You do know her on a personal level, right?
Oh yes, we did a joint project together in 2004 and kept in contact.
Oh, that's great. How did it work out for you guys?
That was a great success. We meshed really well and we had monthly lunches together.
Okay, that's great. So, as I was saying before, Jenny thought this could be a great benefit to you and your branch. Imagine that you've been working on a campaign to be launched in Italy, and you've been working on it for 6 months, doing tons of hours of work. And when it's finally launched, it's a huge disaster. Your consumers take it the wrong way. This would be devastating to you and HP, wouldn't you agree?
Oh yes, it'd be horrible. So what exactly does VNU Global Media do?
Well, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked. We create integrated marketing communication programs, sell ad space online as well as in print, and we rent lists as well as research target market. So is it okay if I ask you a couple questions? Sure. Okay, so what are your current marketing strategies for international business?
Right now we're currently trying to trying to go into Western Europe, specifically countries like France and Greece.
Okay, and what is your current target audience within those markets?
We're currently trying to target decision makers for buying centers for business sales.
Okay, and what issues are you having reaching these new markets and decision makers?
We're having a hard time getting into a new market since we have little knowledge about it and we can't directly access decision makers.
Okay, so what would happen if you weren't able to reach these decision makers in new markets?
Well, we would lose potential sales and funding for our department would be cut.
Okay, so if you had expert advice on these new markets along with local publications, could this help your marketing efforts?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so if I was able to help come up with a marketing plan for you with local publications and everything, would you be interested in hearing more about us?
Yeah, I would be interested.
Okay, this should only take about 15 minutes of your time. If at any point you'd like to stop me, just let me know.
Okay.
Okay, so we have over, so when we go into local, or when designing a plan for our customers. We go into local markets and we set up teams there so that we can get a better idea of what's going on, and we come up with a marketing plan with those local teams. So with this expertise, we can put in local teams in one line. So what this means to you is that you can have expertise, information, and everything like that. We have a vast team of over 38,000 employees and in over 100 countries. This gives us the range and manpower to reach, to do whatever marketing strategy you'd like, no matter how vast or specific. Here's one strategy that was taken. It was of global technology marketers. It was found that 65% of them that the most effective way to overcome local resistance was to go into local markets and seek local help from them. So can you see when going into local markets that gaining local help is the best way?
Yes, I can see. Local teams does seem like a really good way, the best way to enter into the market. I was just wondering though, would I have to go through another advertising agency to actually publish something to my consumers to get something in print or on the web?
That's a great question. I'm glad you asked. Actually, we offer over 150 market-leading online and face-to-face media brands in over 47 countries. What this means to you is that you have tons of options and you can reach decision makers at all levels. Some of our more notable publications are IT Weekly, PC Magazine, along with other PC publications within Europe, like PC Expert. PC Expert in France is a highly circulated IT magazine, and it focuses mainly on decision makers, or those are our main readers, and the circulation is well over 80,000. So can you see that by having publications throughout Europe, you're able to reach all levels of consumers? Or
yeah, I could see how these publications could help me reach the people that I want to reach with my marketing.
Okay, so let me tell you about another one of our services, our segmentation. Our segmentation helps our customers and their clients reach or get information, a wide variety of information, ranging from segmentation to, or like targeting and consumer information. Let me tell you about the ease of our website. This is our website. It's segmented into 3 groups: audience, platforms, and geography. So it's pretty easy to use. So let's show you another example. So for audience, let's say we use business and finance, and we go with print and media, and we do it in the Netherlands. We come up with 2 print sources that we recommend. Now this is our most basic segmentation that we offer. But when we go into markets, we actually go more in depth and work with the local teams there to get a more in-depth program for whatever your special needs are. So you will see that by having our publications segmented into groups, you can better utilize your advertising dollars.
I can see how it would help me save my advertising dollars and know exactly where they're going to. But I'm just having a little trouble. I don't know how. I'm having trouble visualizing what the price is for the publications.
Okay, well, I brought some numbers with me. Let me show you. Okay, so let's use PC Expert in France, the one that we talked about earlier, and we'll use Time France, another well-known publication. Okay, so one page in PC Expert is $9,610, and there's about 80,000 readers. So that comes out to about 12 cents per reader. Would you agree?
Yes, I would agree.
Okay, now Time France. A one-page ad would cost $15,620, and there's 71,000 readers. And so that comes about to 22 cents. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I would agree with that.
Okay. So for PC Experts, it's 12 cents per reader, and for Time France, it's 22 cents. That's a 10 cents difference. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would.
So if we look at the overall cost savings, if you were to go with PC Experts, it's about $6,000, and you have a more targeted consumer audience within that. Would you agree?
I would agree. I can see the big difference that it would save, and also having, it's not just price, but it's also who reads the magazines also.
Okay, so we've gone over a lot of information today. Let's just recap quickly what we've gone over. So when entering into new markets, would you agree that setting up local teams is the best way to come up with a marketing plan?
Yes, I think local teams is the best way to go.
Okay, and with our diverse publications, would you agree that we reach all levels of consumer?
Yes, I would agree with that.
Okay, and finally, would you agree that pre-segmented markets help to achieve marketing campaigns with no waste of money?
Yeah, I would think it would help me make sure that I'm not wasting any of my advertising dollars.
Okay, so with all this information that was covered, are you willing to go to the next step?
I don't think I'm ready to make that decision right now.
Well, may I ask what's holding you back?
Well, I'm just not sure what size program we want to go with, and even if we want to go with VNU.
Well, let me just remind you that all we're asking for is to set up another meeting, and we'll go back and we'll come up with a proposal for you and your company, and we'll make different sizes and the different return on investment.
Okay, well, what if I have a question later on after this meeting?
Well, I understand how you feel. Jenny Jones felt the same way until I give her my personal cell phone number, and she can call me at any time she wanted to, and I can do the same for you.
Okay. Actually, I have another thing. I was just wondering what's going on with the $29 million racial profiling and sexual harassment suit that's filed against your company.
Well, that's all in the past now. We've overcome it, and we're trying to work with putting into more plans into each level of our management.
Okay. Well, what if I wanted to go with advertising media that you don't own?
We can try to work with that company, or with whatever magazine or anything like that, and try to come up with some plans. So with this, are you willing to go to the next step?
Sure.
Okay, so if you could just fill out this sheet, we can meet maybe next Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh, I think next week we're too busy. I'm sorry. I think I'm going to have to go talk it over with my coworkers, and I'll call you to schedule when we're ready to move ahead.
I understand we've covered a lot of information, and you want to think it over, so you probably have a lot of questions.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll have a lot of questions. We went over a lot of information today.
Okay, so just so we're prepared, what do you think you'll be thinking about?
Actually, I'm not sure.
Is it my company?
No, it's not your company.
Is it our price?
It might be. I don't think we have it in the budget for right now.
Well, let me just remind you once again, all we're asking for is to have another meeting, and at that meeting I'll show you a proposal. It'll be no money out of your pocket, and it's no obligation.
Okay.
So how about next Wednesday or Thursday?
Thursday sounds good. How about 10 o'clock?
That sounds great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.